Hi everybody, what a glorious day it is today. I thought I'd take you on a walk with me up to Wearyall Hill in Glastonbury. Come for a picnic with me this afternoon. It's a glorious day. It's literally one of the first glorious days we've had. It's been so snowy and cold, which is fine, but now we're in Aries time and just past this spring equinox. I'm really pleased we've got a sunny day. It's beautiful up here. So I'm going to give you a tour of Wearyall Hill from my seat because I'm not moving anywhere at the moment. I've got a little rabbit friend who's just having some nom-noms near me. I don't know if you'll be able to see him on the camera, but I'll see if we can have a little look in a minute, see if we can see him. I'm going to give you a tour of the hill. Wearyall Hill is one of the sacred hills in Glastonbury. We have a few sacred hills here. I'm going to go through them in just a second. And it's the home of the Holy Thorn, which I'll also show you. Unfortunately, the Holy Thorn was vandalised several times and is now not alive. There's a smaller offcut that was planted next to the Holy Thorn that also was vandalised and is now not alive. So that's been a real tragedy to because it's an ancient and holy thorn and sacred to the town. There are other Holy Thorns in Glastonbury, but that was the original one. And it flowers at Christmas. It's a hawthorn, a variety of hawthorn that flowers at Christmas. And it was supposedly the thorn that Joseph of Arimathea brought from the Holy Land to Glastonbury, and he leant on the hill and was Wearyall Hill, and planted his staff onto the hill, and there sprung the Holy Thorn. So there's lots of myths of this hill. You can take that as that really happened, or a myth, or whatever you like, really. That's the thing with Glastonbury, there's lots of myths that can be worked with. But that is the story of the Holy Thorn of Wearyall Hill. But it's whatever you believe, it's a sacred thorn, it's a sacred hill. And it's very special with its viewing of the Tor and the rest of the town. It looks like sort of a dragon's back. It's quite interesting. Hey rabbit. It looks like a swan as well. People say it's a swan or a dragon, or the legs outstretched of the goddess. But I will show you some scenery and have some lunch, I think. I'll see if we can get some footage of my little rabbit friend. We've also got lots of sheepies around and their lambs, which is lovely. I'm just going to bask in this lovely warmth up on this sacred hill. And I will show you what I can see. Okay, see you in a sec. So here is Rabbit Friend. I don't want to bother him too much, or her. See if I can zoom in. It's not a very good camera, really. I think I can zoom in by walking. But we have a rabbit over there. I don't want to bother him. He's so lovely, not bothered that I'm there. So we will just give you a view. So over there, ahead of us is part of Street, which is the next sort of town along. You can see, okay, it's quite bright. Over there we have Compton Dundon, which is a place I love, so I'll show you that another day. Down there we have what would have been floodland, really. This would have all been flooded. And when it rains a lot, this area here does really get flooded. And ahead of us, there we go. There we have Glastonbury Tor. And you might be able to see the Holy Tree, but I'll show you in a second. So this is the view from Wearyall Hill to Glastonbury Tor. I'll take you around the rest of the hills as well that are sacred, because you've got the Abbey over there. Put in the right place. It's really bright today, I can't really see on the screen. So Glastonbury Abbey's over there, and there's a hill in front of the Tor. That is Chalice Hill. That's a beautiful hill, and that is just above Chalice Well. So it's a very beautiful green, lush heart chakra energy. Over here we have Windmill Hill. It's kind of tucked behind Chalice Hill. And Windmill Hill is where you get an amazing view of the Tor on the winter solstice, because on the winter solstice the sun carves up the ridges of the Tor and climbs it at the exact angle. So yeah, people tell you that, oh, the Tor is just ridged because it was gardened on. it's a pretty bad place to garden. It's very windy and some parts of it are very exposed. I doubt you'd have a great time gardening on it. But the ridges also create a labyrinth that you can walk around, which I might take you on a walk to do sometime. And the ridges also line up to the sunrise of the winter solstice, as viewed from a very sacred part of town. Well, Windmill Hill is now very built upon and it's very housed, but it's got the essence of somewhere. I think there's a temple found underneath it, that it is a sacred place and strong energy anyway. So there are some of the sacred hills of Glastonbury. I'll take you on walks around all of them if you like, but I'll show you some more shots of Wearyall Hill in just a second. Where's my rabbit? Oh, he's still there. She's still there. And there's 2 magpies, 2 for joy. I need to get a better camera so you can all see the excitement. I just don't want to go and scare the rabbit. Seems to be quite happy. So I will show you more in just a second. I'm going to have my lunch first. So what I was saying about the myth of the land and the stories of the land here, that people come to Glastonbury and they find their own sacredness, they find their own story, or they are drawn to a story that is told about this land, whether they're pagan, Christian, or something else. And that's the magic of this place. It does draw people on an energetic level. And it draws people to find their own truths. But it's also very important to dig deeper and to not just put our own personal revelations on the land, but to see what the land has to share with us and what the history is and how this land was used and worked with in the past. What was here before? I think it's really important to look into the truth, if it can be found, of Glastonbury, as well as honouring any visions that we have and any ideas that we would like to put upon this fabric of a place which is weaved from so many threads. So Glastonbury has a big history to scratch below the surface. It has Joseph Arimathea, it has King Arthur, but it has something else, the people that lived here, the people that worshipped here, and the people that still continue to do so. Okay, without too much bouncy cam, don't want to make you all feel travel sick, I'm going to come to a parking halt near the Holy Thorn. Now you can see in the background is the Tor, and ahead of us is the Holy Thorn, and over there is the crazy home of Glastonbury. So I was realising coming down from the hill how noisy it is today on the roads and how much traffic you can hear.
Anyway, and planes. But anyway, I'm going to get nearer to the Holy Thorn to show you all the ribbons and the offerings that are there. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, not alive anymore due to vandalism, but still a sacred and powerful and important part of our town and its sacred landscape. The sacred crunchy wrapper. Yes, an offering beyond belief. Okay, anyway, here is the Holy Thorn and all the wishes and hopes and dreams and things, shells, bells, staffs, plants, ribbon upon ribbon, people have tied on to this tree, and it is still very loved. And there obviously is Glastonbury tour. So it's a very sacred part of this magical landscape, and one that's really worth visiting if you're in town. I don't know if you can see the Abbey from here, sort of in the middle of this picture. I'll do a video in the Abbey soon as well. I love the Abbey. And yeah, I've got to go to the Sacred Morrison's over there, the Sacred Supermarket now. So I will leave you for now. I hope you enjoyed this little picnic walk with me around one of Glastonbury's sacred hills. I forgot to mention another little hill that's sacred in Glastonbury, which is Bride's Mound. We'll go there another day too, and I'll talk to you about that, because the land here is sacred to many gods, and Bridget, Bridie, is one of the goddesses of the land that is very loved here, with the wells, the sacred springs, and Bride's Mound. Also, Gwyn ap Neath is a very revered god here of the land, of the Tor, of the White Spring, and we'll talk more about him another time too, because I love him. I love Bridie, I love Gwyn, and there are other deities, Lady of Avalon, that people associate with this place. Often it's the great goddess of the land, Mary Magdalene on the ley lines in the chapel and the abbey, Mary the Mother, so many, and they all work, you know, it all works here because it is a place of love. So, and magic. So I'll see you all really soon. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Take care. Have a nice day, everybody. Bye. Hello, sheepies. Hello. It's Aries time, sheepies. It's our time, little lambs. See, there's lots of gorgeous little lambs down there, but we probably can't see them. Oh, little lambs, they're so cute. Hey, sheepy. What do you think about it all, eh? What do you think about Wearyall Hill? I think it has very nommy grass, thank you. Hello. Hello. I didn't sign an agreement to be filmed. Out of my way, here's my bottom.